Hi. Last week on Emerging Ed Tech, I took a look at a lot of free hosted course management systems that are available on the internet, and I narrowed the listing down to 4 of them that look like they provided pretty unlimited functionality for the individual teacher who might want to try and use one of these tools. Perhaps their school doesn't have a course management system and they want to give this a shot. And for reasons I explain in this week's blog post, this week I got started by taking a look specifically at Rcampus.com. Now let me just add that I knew going into this that there were some limitations in Rcampus, that it did not have enterprise level functionality under the free version, which is what was expected. But what I did discover is that there are other limitations, and that it appears that Rcampus is going to put out a premium charged version, which is actually not available yet. So there were some limitations that you'll see revealed as we move through the process. But I show in the video how to sign up and how to get started with creating some of the structure of a course, and how to get some help with the tool, what's available in that regard. But I did end up coming out of it saying that I really want to continue on and look at some of these other applications and find which of them have the best functionality for free. Alright, so to get started with Rcampus, open up a browser and enter rcampus.com as your URL. And when the screen comes up, you're going to want to click on this sign up button here, which is then going to take you to a screen that looks like this, where you're going to want to click on educator/teacher and then click on the continue button here, which is going to bring you to this screen where you're going to enter a username, an email address, and a password, and then finally click on the button to accept the terms of use. And next you're going to be taken to this screen where you're going to enter a first name, which is required, a last name, there is a middle name there as optional, an email address, pick your country and region, pick your state, enter a street address and city if desired, zip, and scroll down here, and then also indicate how you heard about these folks, and hit save. And then they get into asking you, what would you like to be able to do? There is also a link that will go out to you in the email, a confirming link, but you're now off to a good start. Here we see the email that came out to let us confirm our membership, and you can either click on the link, or in this case I had to copy it and paste it into a browser. So I just copied and pasted that link into as the URL in a browser, hit enter, and it took me to this screen that says I am verified. I'm going to go ahead and hit on this click on this hello link up here and get out to my main account screen and start learning about how to set up a class. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on here in Rcampus: classrooms, communities, portfolios, books, messages, etc. I am going to go ahead and click on Classroom because my goal is to create a class, and then I clicked on that classes link that you saw up there, and I am going to now come down here to this section where it says create a class and create my first class. Okay, so to add a new course, you're going to want to click on this link right here that says add a new course. And one thing that tripped me up a little bit when I first did this was I was over here clicking in the drop-down box. I had to click on that link, and then in an Explorer I had to come over and choose to temporarily allow the scripted window and come back and click on it again, and then I get this little window up here in the corner where I was able to enter the course name. So here I've entered a course name. I'm going to hit OK. For term, I'm going to come down here and pick Spring 2011. Now you can scroll down the bottom and pick not applicable if there really isn't a term associated with what you're doing. And then you have to create a unique class title for your course. So for the unique class title, I've entered something that is unique to my course. And class is a subsection of course, so you can have a course with multiple classes. You can also hover over this little question mark button, by the way, if you have any want a little bit of quick help about a particular field you're working on, so that's a nice feature. Next, we have a class access permission section where you can provide a code that is associated with how you get access to the class, as well as a deadline for joining the class. And I'm going to leave those blank for the time being. I may circle back to those. And you also have a section to create a class schedule, so you can associate a schedule with a class which I also am going to leave blank for the time being, as I may circle back to those when I move forward. I'm going to go ahead and hit save and move on to the next step in the process. So I've got an error here. I used too many characters for the title of my new course, so I'm going to go ahead through that process again and re-enter the title of the course. And I've gone ahead and retitled it, which was actually kind of a good opportunity to get a little more specific about what I really want the course to be about. Let's go down and hit save again and see if it's going to play nice this time. Alright, looks like we're good to go, and now we get onto this next screen here where we can indicate what school we want to use and provide a course number for the course. Alright, so I had clicked add a school here, and I had to do this allowing a scripted window again, click it, come on down, and I had entered Emerging EdTech Online Training, so I was able to just kind of essentially create my own school for the purposes of Rcampus. Under course number, it's looking for just the traditional kind of course code. I'm going to do something like that, and then I can come down here and I get the opportunity to put in a short description or a more detailed description. Alright, so I've entered a short description here. I'm going to hit save, and that's it. I have my first class up and running. Well, I have created the structure for it, and now I want to go ahead and start thinking about a syllabus and discussions and coursework and all these other pieces to begin to build out my course. So if I click on syllabus here, I get this screen which tells me I want to click on this edit page function, but also provides a quick tutorial. Let me open that up. So this tutorial actually says how to create a basic web page, and it's got sections to show you step by step how to go ahead and give it a title and use the HTML style editor to format the content. Oops, sorry, I flipped up there again. Things like changing text size, creating a link, and all the basics you would need, inserting an image, to go ahead and create your own initial page or any of the pages within your course. So that tutorial again really speaks about how to edit a page. I come back out here and click on this edit page. I do see these two sections here that speak to the free format editing area and the tile for editing area, which are these kinds of tiles down here. I'm going to go ahead and click on edit content to allow me to edit within this kind of free format area. So I've gone ahead and typed a couple lines here. I chose the style title banner for those lines, and that gives me a real basic little something to have on my screen. I'm going to save that, and now I think what I'll do is I'll put some content in these sliding tile areas. So I'm assuming clicking on this pencil, yep, that's going to give me the ability to edit that individual tile. Alright, so I entered a title, which when I went to save I see that it's too long, so I'm going to have to edit that down. And then I entered just a brief sentence here saying, click here to access the materials. My intent is to provide a hyperlink that's going to go out to some materials for the course. So let me edit the title down and save it. Alright, so I edited my title down. It was a little tough really to use just 35 characters, but I'm going to go ahead now and save this. And now I see I have my introductory page here with the welcome and the week 1 overview tile. So here is where I really began to feel that I needed to look at some tutorial materials, some stuff to help me kind of know how to build this stuff out. And I clicked on this little help option here, and it brings you out to this. There's an actual wiki for Rcampus, and it's a great looking little tool. So here I see a section about class creation. I'm going to click through that, and here we go with build coursework, and that's really kind of what I'm looking for. I think that's what I want to do, and I get a nice introduction to how to create and edit coursework. So I looked through some of the tutorial stuff, and it gave me a sense of how to kind of move forward. I'm going to click on this coursework button and then on new coursework, and it's going to open up this screen. I'm going to give this a title. Class Classroom blogging overview. What type of coursework is this? This is going to be an assignment, and I'm going to ask people to click through and read some materials to start to learn about how blogs are being used in the classroom today. Alright, so I've gone ahead and put together a description where I'm explaining that I want the students to go and read a particular article that I've provided a link to here in the link section, and then I'd like to give them a little quiz to make sure they read it and looked at the blogs, the classroom blogs that we're providing as an example in this case, and then I want to have them go participate in a discussion group where we can prompt them with some questions and encourage some dialogue about what they saw, what they learned, and what kind of creative thinking it may have generated. I do notice now, though, that in this section here that says tests and quizzes, that you require a premium membership or use of the Enterprise Edition, which was not something I saw when I originally combed over this application last week. So that's a concern, because I'd certainly like to be able to provide quizzes or tests, so I'm going to have to see a little bit more about that, learn a little more about it. We have options here about rubrics and grades, and I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and save this. I also see that it says my coursework's been created, but it's not assigned to any classes, so I want to try and figure out what that's about. I thought it was getting assigned. And I see what I had to do is I had to click this checkbox right here, which I had failed to do, that really associated this coursework with that specific class. I can assign due dates and access dates, and want to hit save, and then I'm done. I've successfully associated that coursework with that class. So having come this far, I figured out a few things that I wish I knew in advance. First, I should have really done this syllabus work where I created this basic page and populated this tile out on the home page area. Now it won't be too hard to recreate that. But more importantly, I see this down here, this mention that free members cannot add or remove tiles, and you need to be a premium member. And worse than that, if you go to click on Upgrade Premium, I just wanted to see, what did it even cost. It's not even available. So I'm finding that the functionality available outside of the Enterprise Edition is rather limited, and it makes me curious to go on and really try out some of the other applications that I looked at in the original blog post last week. One last thing I did want to show is that I was able to make a link here to the actual coursework section. In this case, I'm linking out to the preview. The way I did it is, first I went to coursework and I went into this preview mode. I would have to probably activate it or have the course fully functional in order to have it in kind of more of a live mode. But the point I simply wanted to show is that if I had any particular link, I'm able to take the URL from up at the top of the screen and copy that, and then back over here, go out to that syllabus and go into edit mode on this tile and highlight this section here and hit the insert link and insert that link out there and save it, and then I have a fully functional link to that module that will just pop it up. So that wraps up our brief look at rcampus.com, and I really am looking forward now to checking out some of the other tools such as My iCourse and Schoology and SchoolRack, and determining which of these has the best functionality for free or nominal cost, and the fewest limitations. So I hope you'll come back and join us. Thanks.